Hello and welcome to Tutorialspoint. In this video, we are going to talk about one of the most important and fundamental concepts in programming and in JavaScript as well. That is going to be data types. So we are going to look at different types of data or different types of data that are basically representations of data, how we can represent different types of data in JavaScript. Okay, so let's start. In JavaScript, there are two categories of data types. The first one is your primitive data types. These are very basic data types built into the language. Then we have reference data types. These are more complex types that can hold multiple values. Okay. Right now, we are going to talk about the primitive data types. So let's get started with the primitive data types. In JavaScript, we have 7 primitive data types. The first one is string. And we have been working with strings since we started this course. Remember when we created a variable var greeting, it is equal to hi or hello everyone. Whatever is inside the quotes, that is called a string. Okay. Then we have number data type. Then we have Boolean data type, which is basically true or false. We will discuss more on it. We also have a data type called null. Then we also have a data type called undefined. Then we have a data type called symbol. And finally, the seventh one is going to be your BigInt. Okay. The BigInt, as the name says, is used to store big integer, hence the name BigInt. Right? So let's start discussing about each of these data types in detail. Let's start with the first one, and the first one is going to be your string. Okay. Now we have already dealt with string, right? Now string represents text data in JavaScript, right? A string in JavaScript is simply a sequence of characters wrapped in quotes. And we have already seen in the previous videos, right? We have created the first name, last name, and so on, and we use quotes. And whatever text we put in between the quotes, that is treated as a string in JavaScript, as you can see here on your screen. If I just click on the demo, as you can see here, this is a string, John is a string, Adams is a string, hello everyone is a string. So anything that comes between the quotes, either the single quotes or the double quotes, that is treated as a string in JavaScript. Moving on, this was the first primitive data type, which is your strings. Moving on, the next data type is your number. As the name says, it's very straightforward. It's a number data type that can be used to store numbers. Right? So number data type allows us to perform calculations, track quantities, measure dimensions, and handle any numerical data or anything related to it. For example, here you can see the example. I'll just click on the demo. And here I have created a age variable that is equal to 25. Again, 25 is what data type? It's a number data type. Okay. Then we have a price. Price is equal to 19.99. In other programming languages, if you are familiar with them, they will say that it's a floating point number, but that's not the thing in JavaScript. JavaScript has only one number data type, which is the number itself. Okay. And then JavaScript just itself knows which one is an integer, which one is a decimal or a floating. So we don't need to worry about that. For us, all of these are what? Number data types. Similarly, remember pi is equal to 3.14 in mathematics. Now notice the variable declaration here is const because it's never going to change. So I used const here. Okay. There are more types of numbers here, infinity and NaN. NaN stands for not a number, and infinity is also something. Now these are two special things. They are also of the data types number. We are going to talk separately about them in the coming videos. Okay. So this was the number data type in JavaScript. Moving forward, we have the Boolean data type in JavaScript, and it's actually very, very simple. The Boolean data type is one of the simplest but most important. It has just two possible values, true or false. This can be used in decision making in our code, right? So if I show you the demo here, for example, I have created a variable is logged in. So has the user logged in on my website? For example, I can use it for that. And it's equal to true, which means yes. Similarly, another variable has permission. It's equal to false. Another variable is email valid. It is equal to true. The point here to understand is that this type of data, which is either true or false, this is called the Boolean data type in JavaScript, and it can have two values, right? It can have a true value or a false value. Or sometimes the true value means the value is 1 and the false value means the value is 0. Okay. So this is the Boolean data type. Moving forward, we have the null data type. So what is this null data type? Null represents the intentional absence of any object value. Okay, in order to represent the concept of nothing or empty in a deliberate way, we use the null data type. Okay, now you don't know about object, and also we are not going to much deeper into this, right? Right now you need to understand, when we deliberately want to put an empty value, an empty thing to some variable, we use the null data type. Okay, that is going to be it. Moving forward, we have the undefined, which is also among the primitive data types. What is this undefined? In JavaScript, when a variable is declared but not assigned a value, it automatically gets the value of undefined. Okay, now here you can see in this example, if I just click on the demo, I have created a variable let first name and semicolon. I have not given it a value right now, as you can see. And I'm printing this variable. And you may say this should cause me an error. In other languages, it can cause you an error, but in JavaScript, it doesn't. Okay. And there is a reason for that. We are going to talk about how the code compilation and execution takes place. When we talk about that, you will understand this. But right now, you need to understand, if I have a variable, I have just declared it, not initialized it, not assigned it a value, right? Now here I have then assigned it a value, first name, which comes from here. First name is equal to Ollie. Then I print Ollie, right? So if I just run this code to make you understand the output, as you can see, this first console.log gives me undefined, because here I have just declared the first name variable. I have not assigned it a value. So JavaScript automatically gives it a data type value of what? Undefined. Hence, the first console.log gives me undefined. Then I assign it a value of Ollie, and then I again console.log the first name. This time, the first name variable has the value. What? It's a string called Ollie. So this time, the second console.log says what? It says Ollie. Okay. So this was a little bit about the undefined data type in JavaScript. Moving forward, about two more data types here. We have the symbol data type and the BigInt data type. Okay. Now, first, the symbol data type represents a unique identifier. It's useful when you need to create unique property key for your objects. Since we are not dealing with objects, you don't know what they are. I will talk about this when we are dealing with objects, when we will learn about objects. Then we have BigInt. As I told you, BigInt handles integers larger than the number data type can safely handle. So if you have a very big number, right, that is in that case BigInt is used. Okay, so that there are precise calculations performed. Okay, now don't worry, when we have some projects, etc., if we encounter such an issue, we'll use BigInt, right? But in the normal use cases, we just use the number data type. Okay, moving forward, one more important thing. There is a function, I would say right now, I'll just say there is a function in JavaScript that can check the type of, what is the type of data type of something, of a value, right? And here you can clearly see, if I just open this code, it is saying console.log and then type of, and then in quotes I have hello. Similarly, I have 201.3 false undefined. Can you guess the output? Just pause the video and guess it. Okay, let me just show you the output and tell you the reason why. I'll say edit and run. And as you can see, the first output is hello, it's string, which means type of checks. What is the data type of this thing here? In this case, we know it's inside quotes, so it's a string. So the first console.log is a string. Similarly, second console.log will be a number. Third will be a number. Fourth is false, which is a Boolean. We just learned about it. And then the fifth one is undefined, which is also the name of the data type. It is undefined. That is why it says undefined. So we can use the type of operator in JavaScript to check what is the type of a value, what is the data type of a particular value. Moving forward, can you just quickly have this practice exercise with me? Here, let's imagine we are building a simple e-commerce application or a website, okay, where we want to use different data types. So can you just write one line code each for each thing? Let's say I want to have a product name. Can you just create a variable and assign it a product name? So just pause the video, do it. Now I'll give you the solution. Now here you can see, for the product name will be equal to a string iPhone, works perfectly. For the price, let price is equal to, let's say, anything, so this price will be a number data type. product is in stock or not. So again, we are going to check the validity of something. In stock is true or false. So I say in stock, let's say it is, so true. Then shipping address of user, let shipping address. Initially, we don't know the shipping address, so let it be just declared only. Or we can just say equals to some string that will be the shipping address of some user. Okay. So in this video, we learned about the very important primitive data types in JavaScript. Thank you and keep learning.